Hello, this is Marilyn Boudreaux with Century 21, Mike D. Bono and Company in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Today I just wanted to bring up the subject a little bit of inspection and repairs and what the seller will do and the negotiating that takes place with the buyer inspection form. So here's the issue. Most buyers are going to have a home inspection. Home inspectors are going to find things that are wrong with the house. Now, minor things, you don't want to beat up a seller and ask them to replace, silly things like junction box covers, things that are very inexpensive that aren't really a major item. The things that you want to look for are something that's major or a safety hazard that is basically, a concern that needs to be addressed. And sometimes sellers aren't even aware of some of these issues. So an inspector is going to climb on the roof. He's going to actually look at the shingles, look at the decking. He's going to check electrical boxes, and he's going to do a very, very thorough inspection. So here's the situation. A seller can respond and say, we don't want to do any of those repairs. So we will give you, in lieu of repairs, we'll give you an allowance. We will give you X amount of dollars, and you can either apply that to closing costs, reduce the price of the house, or you just make the repairs yourself. So the situation used to be to where the seller would just give the buyer a check at closing. Well, the new lender laws actually with TRID changed all of that. And now the lenders are scrutinizing everything. And so any credit that comes up has to be put on to the closing disclosure. And you have to explain what that credit is. So if a seller says, I'm going to give you $3,000 in lieu of making these repairs, you can show it as a seller credit, and it's going to depend on that underwriter whether they want an explanation or not as to what this credit, pertains to. So I just had something flagged today where a seller gave the buyer a $7,000 credit. They basically reduced the price of the house by $7,000 due to a roof and an air conditioning problem that they weren't willing to correct. So it flagged it, and we are 3 days from closing now, and the underwriter is asking for a copy of the inspection report. And so they're obviously going to find out about, the roof needs to be replaced and that the air conditioning needs to be fixed. And we're 3 days from closing. So my buyer's in a tizzy. We're having to produce all kinds of documents just to be able to get this particular loan closed. The bottom line of the story is if something needs to be fixed, fix it. Or price your house accordingly, knowing that you have a major issue and there are going to have to be some repairs done. So these are just some things to remember on both the selling side and the buyer side. Keep this in mind. Have a great day, everybody.